Brigadier General retired Elias Farhat from Beirut. He is a strategic and military researcher. Mr. Farhat, how do you view the latest escalation between Hezbollah and Israel, given the fact that tensions have soared in West Asia since the assassinations of Hezbollah military commander Fuad Shukr and Hamas's political chief Ismail Haniyeh? Mr. Farhat, is my voice reaching out to you? Can you? Mr. Farhat, how do you view the latest escalations between Hezbollah and Israel?
Yes, it is not only between Hezbollah and Israel, it's between the Palestinian people and the Palestinian resistance in Gaza and in the West Bank and Jerusalem against the Israeli occupation. There is an occupation and there are people under this occupation. They are resisting since 75 years. It's not nothing new. It's not new. It's not a new conflict. It's not something that they are intervening suddenly. Now, your question about Hezbollah and Israel. Hezbollah is a Lebanese resistance that was able to drive out the Israeli occupation in 2000 from the Lebanese occupied territories, and Hezbollah confronted an Israeli invasion in 2006 and permitted Israel of occupying other lands in Lebanon. Now, the current situation now that Israel assassinated one of the leaders of Hezbollah in Beirut. So the Hezbollah will retaliate. Where and when and who, we don't know yet.
Mr. Farhat, US President Joe Biden says he's still hopeful that Iran would stand down and not intensify the conflict. What are the chances of that happening in view of what's happening right now?
Mr. Biden forgot that when Al-Qaeda, which were the majority Saudis, attacked in New York and Washington, he invaded Afghanistan as a response. So he doesn't want Iran to respond to this, to this breach of its national security and its dignity by assassinating an official guest in the country. I don't think that this has a sense in terms of sovereignty of states.
Okay. How do you also view US CENTCOM Chief General Michael Kurilla's visit to the region? Do you think he can mobilize the same international and regional coalition of countries that defended Israel from previous attacks?
I think the United States has an alternative to join Israel in its operations, and this is something will lead to a regional war. And you know what means regional war means that the closure of Hermes Seas and the rise of the oil to $200 or $250, and also that will lead to the destruction of the oil and gas fields off the Palestinian coast, and the creation of a crisis of flow of gas to Europe. That means many things also will add to the closure of Bab al-Mandeb. This is the regional war which now the United States is trying to avoid, but without any offer to compensate Iran about this breach or compensate Lebanon. Just only you were attacked, you were killed, and you have to step down and don't do anything.
If we look at the tensions in West Asia between Hezbollah and Israel, Iran and Israel as well, the United States is boosting its forces right now in West Asia, sending warships and fighter jets to the region. As you said earlier, do you fear of a wider escalation?
Yes, the people in Iran and Israel, they no more are afraid of the United States and of the fleets and the airplane carriers and their destroyers. It's a war. You know that in 1983, the United States landed its forces in Lebanon and brought the task force on the airplane carrier, and then they withdrew from Lebanon under the attacks of the resistance. And now I think the resistance is more developed and more equipped, and they can even with this imbalance between the United States and Israel from one side and the resistance of the other side, there is a great gap in the technical abilities, but there is the will to resist the United States and to, as well as resisting Israel.
Mr. Farhat, interestingly, President Biden, in a tough call to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, reportedly demanded him to stop escalating tensions in the regions and move immediately towards a Gaza hostage and ceasefire deal that can, in fact, lead to peace in the region. What's at stake for the future of both the United States and Israel in the region?
I don't think that they are serious in moving between a swap of prisoners between Israel and Hamas. Just they are, deceiving the other side, and they are planning for more actions like the assassination of Mr. Hani in Tehran and the assassination of the Hezbollah leader in Beirut. And nobody will, no more the people here trust the United States if they are part of the mediators, and they know that the mediator, the other side of the negotiations, Mr. Hani, will be assassinated. That means they assassinated the negotiations. So what they negotiate with whom?
Appreciate you joining us on the broadcast, Brigadier General Elias Faraz. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.